So just making this simple, could you tell us a bit about Create Direct? Tell us the services you offer, the territories you cover, and what kind of clients do you work for?
Sure. So we are based in Bucharest, in Romania. We have another office, which is in Sofia, in Bulgaria. And together with our sister company, present in Portugal, in Spain, and in France. These are our main markets, but our offers and our clients are all over Europe. So we are not sticking just to this territory. In terms of services, yeah, we do them all. I mean, starting from the strategy to creative, to platform design, to platform development. We even have our own software as a service platform, which is called rewardiful.com. It's a platform used by our clients which want to start tomorrow, let's say, a new campaign. It's something that is like a wizard. We just set up it in some hours there. And this platform, it's a multi-country one. So it's already implemented in Portugal, in Romania, in Bulgaria, in Hungary. So we already have clients in this. Also, we do this kind of gifts. So all kind of gifts for merchandise and gift cards. For merchandise, we are partnership with one of the actually it's the biggest company supplier in Romania, which is the e-commerce one, the eMag. So we can offer all kind of merchandise products, all kind of them. I mean, everything. They have on the platform like 1 million SKUs. So we can offer from food to electronics, from home and garden to tires and so on. So everything can be there. We do offer also logistics for them because we have this big facility warehouse in Bucharest, and we are doing logistics for Central and Eastern Europe from Romania. And if we have clients in the western part of Europe, we also can use the logistics from our sister companies from Portugal and Spain and France. What else? We have, as I told you, we have this project which are launching now, Vouchers Depot, which aims to be the international portal provider for gift cards, all kind of brands, B2B and B2C. And we do, of course, the communication, the marketing communication. So we are like a full service company, which does everything. We also won a big reward this year, TIMA Summit in Utah, in United States. It was for a campaign that we are running out for Michelin, which is an incentive campaign. Actually, it's a reward campaign for the truck companies and courier companies, like consumer professionals, which are buy truck tires. And they report to us in a platform which we develop for them, the proof of purchases. We are validating all this information, and then we do cashback payments, multi-currency cashback payments for 7 countries in Europe with different currencies. And it is a huge success for Michelin. I mean, it's a very appreciated campaign, and all the sellers, the sales team of Michelin, it's very pleased with this tool that they have in order to reward the companies, the B2B companies, to buy the tires. So we are doing all kinds of platforms, so not that just rewards platforms, all kinds of them, like cashback platforms, consumer cashback platforms, and many mostly. It's amazing what this team in Create Direct, and not just Create Direct, but the whole group in Romania is doing. We are very digitalized. I mean, we are trying to automatize processes in order to be less human input in it, and to be fast delivered.
Why do people talk about gift cards, which is what literally my grandmother gave me when I was a child?
Well, maybe that happened in UK, but you know that in Romania and or in this part of the world, this concept of gift card, I wouldn't say that it's quite new, but it is here, I think, for the last, let's say, 5, 6, 7 years or something. So it's quite new compared with what's in UK. So we are following the trend there. And now I think it's also everybody's speaking about it because it's a way of making money. It's a way of making volume. And also it's an instrument which is fueling the loyalty clubs and the rewards campaigns. And it's easy to use rather than to have merchandise products. Although we are also in the merchandise product business as well. But gift cards are more, it is the fastest way to deliver the reward that the people want.
So how much of your business is based around merchants and gift cards, and how much is based around employee retention and motivation?
Well, our business in Romania, it's quite different. Why? Because we are doing, like, you know, when an agency is going to a pitch and somebody asks, what are you doing? And they say that they do everything. It's something like, wow, you do everything, because nobody's doing everything. In our case, our company is we have the basis of direct marketing. So we are a direct marketing company in Romania. It is the biggest direct marketing group in Romania and in the region. So we have all this one-to-one communication mindset thinking.
How much of your business is gift cards for merchants, and how much of your business is employee retention and motivation?
It's good to ask that, because in Romania we are a company which offers basically the whole range of services. We do the consultancy part, the strategy part with our clients. We do creative. We do platform development and management of the platforms. And when I say platform development, we do all kinds of platforms like loyalty platforms, trade platforms, cashback platforms, and so on. What else? We do all the gifts, logistics, online and offline logistics, and of course the gifts itself, which are gift cards, electronic gift cards, or merchandise products. So our turnover is split between, let's say, services that we are offering to the clients, and also goods. If we are talking about the split between merchandise products and the gift cards, I would say that it is about 60 to 70% gift cards. Why? Because they are faster. They are faster, and the user has the possibility to buy whatever they want with them. So they are not limited to the gift cards, to the products that we are offering. Also, both of them have their own advantages. So also for us and also for the consumer. So gift cards means faster and the possibility to choose more from the client, from the merchant's website. But physical goods bring more, let's say, long-term loyalty, because once you order an iPhone or a TV, you know that you receive that TV because of a specific campaign, and you have it all the time with you, and you remember, okay, I have it from that campaign, this one. And also for us, for the merchandise point of view, the margins are bigger than on the gift cards. So it's like both of them are okay. Gift cards are more demanded than physical products. Gift cards has lower margin. Physical products have bigger margins.
The first thing you said, which I was very interested, was your first statement, is that you provide consultancy services. Now that's very interesting. Could you tell us a bit about what consultancy services you offer, and perhaps one example of that?
We are trying to find ways with our clients. So in our case, the clients are coming to us and they are asking us, like, look, we have to solve this problem. We have this problem which we need a solution for it. So we are thinking together with the client, and based on our expertise in the loyalty and rewards business, we are trying to find a solution for him and then to implement the solution. And we are not staying just for the solution, because we are offering the whole marketing spectrum to him. So because of our background of one-to-one communication, direct marketing communication, we are able to offer to the client, to our clients, this marketing strategy. What you have to do in order to roll the ball, basically. You have the platform, you have everything in there, but you need content, you need people, you need to keep the people alive there. You need to go from different tiers and to engage with the brand and so on. So basically, we are building all this strategy, communication strategy with the client, just before launching the new campaign, new platform.
And how do you charge for consultancy? How do you package that consultancy? How do you get clients to recognize the value of the consultancy?
Well, it's a good question, because nobody wants to pay for it. If our clients want to pay for it, I mean, we just say from the very beginning, we just put some hours, like some not very many hours, but we put some hours for this. But then we can add all the consultancy hours in the product that we are selling. So basically, we are packaging it like, okay, you have this is what you have to do in terms of getting new users or keeping the users in your platform. This is the cost of the platform. This is the maintenance fee and so on. And the consultancy part, it's usually included.
Yeah, but isn't that a potential major weakness of the business? Because if you go to an accountancy firm or a top consultancy firm, they will charge a lot of money and they may not make any difference to your business. They just tell you you're a genius. So how can IMA members justify making a major charge for consultancy to help companies understand breakthrough results that can be achieved once they change their strategy? How can IMA members become more strategic resources for their clients and charge for that?
I think the answer in here is the expertise that the company has, and the clients, and the campaigns that they are running for their clients. I think this is the main advantage for us. I mean, if you go to a consultancy company, it's like going to somebody which can teach you theoretically, or from the theoretical point of view, what you should do. But they don't have the basis to guide you on the real life and what happens on a real platform, a real program, a loyalty program, and so on. So yeah, I think the expertise is the key answer in here.
But is it necessary to have marketing around consultancy for IMA members in order for that consultancy to be valued? Is there a need to be stronger in selling consultancy services, or do you think that's just not possible?
No, I think every member would have its own advantages in his hand. I mean, everybody should know which are its strengths, and of course, everybody knows which are the weaknesses. The weaknesses. So they should transform this into strengths and use the strength that they have in the company in order to push this service to the client.
The problem is that if people don't sell consultancy, after a while, the business will become commoditized because there'll be so many players in the gift card space. Isn't that right? Yeah. Or what do you think of that statement?
I don't think that you should, or people should, or companies should propose consultancy as it is, as a service, honestly, in this case, because usually the clients don't want to pay it, as you said yourself. So if a client says consultancy on the invoice, he'll be just, okay, this is a lot of money that you want to charge me for nothing. But if they are introducing that consultancy, the cost of the consultancy, and they are splitting it on a monthly basis of the project, I think it is easier to digest for the client.
How does Create Direct communicate with clients, and how does Create Direct sell new services, new products as they come along? If Create Direct is charging for, okay, the gift card program, how do you actually upsell? How do you increase value for clients? How do you communicate with clients about new opportunities and new partnerships?
Well, it's not like one size fits all here. So it depends very much on the client. We try to stay very close to our clients. We are doing our own newsletter with news to the clients, and we are spreading out basically when you have something to show or to communicate to the clients, we are spreading out the news to them. But also we have like some key clients which have their own account manager allocated. So they are in charge of communicating and meeting with the clients and telling the clients all the news and all the good stuff that we have. And basically, yeah, in this case, we are proposing them what to do next based on the services that we are inventing or we are providing extra.
And how do you maintain client confidentiality if you want to take your experience with one client and then map it over to other clients?
As I told you, so basically each client has his own account manager in our company, and we try to split them on the field of activities. So basically one account manager which owns a client will not have another client from the same point of field of activity. This is one place, one thing. And others are part of our procedures. We have internal procedures which are preventing this confidentiality stuff. We have confidentiality contracts closed with everybody, like the DPAs for GDPR and so on. So we are after the GDPR came, we even built our own solution of managing the consent of the clients, of the users, of the clients, and so on.
So how do you take best practice and innovative performance that Create Direct generates for its clients, and how do you share that as fast as possible to the other clients to make sure that the value of Create Direct is shared with all clients?
Doing promotions to them, informing them, talking to them, going to lunch together, and so on.
Do you have an internal system for making sure that when one member of staff has a great idea or a good result, that is then shared internally with other members of staff, so that the best results in the company are shared to other employees within confidentiality, but so that they can then roll them out across other clients? Do you have a formal process for evaluating the best practice internally?
In Romania, our company counts 700 people, FTEs. We are a very huge group in Romania, which covers about 5 companies. So our front office officers are split between companies and also between type of companies. And we have our own meetings where we are sharing good results to the others, or when we are launching services to everybody inside the company to know which are the achievement and which are the products which are new releases and they can be proposed to the clients. And also we have a similar process with the sister companies, because our company it's owned by a bigger group, which is called Media Post, Hitmail, Post Group, the French Post. So basically in this group we have our sister companies in Spain, in Portugal, in France, Romania, and Bulgaria. So we are constantly sharing the information between us.
Do you find that your group structure being owned by France Post means that you have a better opportunity to talk to governmental bodies because you are owned by a major French group with obviously strong links to government? And have you made efforts to get into the perhaps student retention market in education, perhaps for underprivileged students, to provide them with gift cards to enroll and to attend education? Have you got experience in talking to government, maybe local government as well? What's your experience with the public sector?
It's quite complicated, this public sector in Romania. It's a very sensitive part of business. So yes, in the future we plan to not to use our let's say La Poste affiliation, French Post affiliation, but yes, in the future we are planning to go to the students. This is something that will gonna roll out in 1-2 months in Romania. To go with the students with the gift cards and good offers for them. In terms of public sector, we are planning to go there in the next 2 years to be there. But first, we should prepare the basis, because we are launching now a new product, which is called vouchersdepot.com, which is a product for, it's an international portal for gift cards. This is what we are positioning it. So it will be a B2B and B2C international portal where everybody can get, they can buy online via credit card, but also it will be a B2B API for companies to connect to it and to generate their own vouchers for their own programs, incentive programs. So with this company, yes, we are planning to go also to the public sector. But first, we should launch it properly in Romania and in the region, and then it will be in the phase 2 or phase 3 to go to this area.
And what sort of opportunity do you see in the public sector in terms of percentage of your business in, say, 5 years' time? Because it's 0 at the moment. In 5 years' time, what sort of percentage do you think you might have from the public sector?
Well, public sector is huge in here. So, for example, the public sector, it's using some kind of vouchers which are issued by the gift card or meal vouchers providers, big companies, yeah, which are international providers for these ones. I think the potential is huge in there. I mean, from our turnover, it can be in the future, they can cover up to 60-70%. But wow, it's a long way. It's a long way to go to that area. So maybe in 5 years' time, we will be there.
Well, the reason I was particularly thinking about the public sector for Create Direct is that, as you mentioned, you have 700 employees. So you have enough people to sustain engagement with the public sector, don't you think?
Well, not really, because these employees are split between the companies within the group in Romania. We have, so the main company in the group is called Mediapost Hitmail, which is doing integrated services. They are the basis also, they're a marketing company. They have, actually we have, together with them, we have a big facility, a big warehouse in Bucharest, which is 12,000 square meters. And in there we are managing all the fulfillment activities for all the projects which are being run in Romania and outside Romania, and not just for rewards. We are doing a lot of other stuff in there. We are doing, of course, storage because it's a warehouse, and we are also doing e-commerce logistics. So we have a service which is called fulfill.ro, which aims to go to the e-commerce websites in Romania and in the region. We are trying to connect them to our warehouse management system to store all the goods in our warehouse, and we can then do their logistics for their goods. So basically, each time somebody is going to their website in order to buy something and to push an order, the order comes to us, and we are doing the pick and pack, fulfillment, and dispatching to the address that is needed to be sent to.
Doesn't that involve a very large amount of capital investment in technology and machinery?
It is, and it is already invested in there. It is a state-of-the-art warehouse, what we have.
Wow.
I mean, all the time when somebody from outside is coming to Romania, we are inviting him to see our warehouse. It is huge, and it has all the processes in place. It has like 6-floor racks in order to store for the storage facility. We have 100,000 capacity of fulfillment per day. 100,000, yeah. We have a machine which is personalizing stuff with variable data. For example, we are doing for the French market personalized pens. But when I say personalized, I mean with the name of the person on the pen.
Wow.
So we are doing something like 2 million per year of such pens, which are then inserted into direct mailing packs in order to be sent to a database in France.
That's amazing. So you've already invested, you have the capital, you have fantastic competitive advantage by having your fulfillment center. Getting into the public sector might be quite expensive in terms of the amount of time it takes. Are you thinking of strategic liaisons or strategic partnerships, perhaps with consultancy firms that already deal with the public sector in order to win public sector work, or maybe even other IMA members? Do you think it's going to be necessary to team up with other companies to win public sector work?
As I've seen in the IMA, there are already companies which are working with public sector. So there are companies which we have a lot of things to learn from. So I think this should be the start. I mean, first of all, of course, we have to build up the basis for the gift card industry and the gift card platforms that we are managing, like the vouchersdepot.com. And then, yes, in the second stage and in the following stages, for sure, it will be good to partnership with such companies which already have the expertise in IMA, and then to try to roll it out, the achievement locally, domestically in our own country. But there are small steps which needed to be done for this. And yeah, it will be like in the second or the first stage.
And do you see yourselves as being very well positioned today to support other IMA members that already have public sector contracts? Are there things perhaps that you could do to support them with the volume and the scale that you've got? I mean, I'm just wondering what it would be, because the kind of thoughts that I'm having are that it would be digital gift cards probably for students to attend, and then maybe they get free bus tickets or other educational benefits which they want, perhaps to do with minutes on their telephone, these kinds of things. Are there other IMA members? For instance, one of the IMA members works for Flixbus, the European bus company. An IMA member works with Alitalia on airline tickets, which maybe isn't relevant to the very poor people, but there may be other government, there may be employees of government who can be motivated by receiving very low cost airline tickets. It's not just about outsiders. It's not just about members of the public. It's also about retaining and motivating public sector employees. And there are IMA members with those connections. Do you think the IMA needs to do more to highlight the connections that IMA members have to make it easier to connect with other IMA members? What do you think the IMA needs to do to add value to creating those connections between IMA members that want to go into a new direction?
Well, in terms of content, I think we have a very good content for Eastern Europe, especially for Romania. And we are developing the content of gift cards in Bulgaria, Hungary, Greece, and Poland right now. But because we are based in Romania and we see Romania as an emerging market, which are looking forward to the trend of Western Europe, we are focusing a lot in this market and building up our own catalog of brands. For example, the main brands that we are selling are EMAG and Fashion Days and Kaufland. These are EMAG is the like Romanian Amazon. So if somebody wants to come to this region, to Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, it's a must-have brand for their employee recognition programs or their B2B programs. So we are focusing a lot of this kind of content. The part of these brands, yes, we will be enrolling this year other fashion brands, mobile brands, in order to top up your mobile with points that you are, so basically to exchange the points into this mobile to mobile. Also, we are looking forward to onboard some Bitcoin companies, so basically to exchange money into Bitcoin and so on. So and also about the buses, so basically small rewards to engage with these retailers, to these brands, and to try to add them and to generate vouchers for them and gift cards. So yeah, this is something that it's a process which already started for us. It is ongoing, and I don't think it will have an end. I mean, all the time we are trying to onboard new and new brands. About what you are saying about the public sector, yes, I think you're right in here. So I think IMA should somehow make this bridge between the members and to see who's focusing and who will gonna focus on this public sector, and to try to make the connection and the basis for it in order to companies to have some entry points in their countries, and yeah, to help them go to the right people and to try to sell this kind of vouchers to the public sector. Because yes, the public sector it's a place where the money is. So we should be there. But in order to be there, I think there are some steps to be built first.
Do you think the word gift card holds back IMA members because it doesn't reflect the value of the consultancy they can offer, for instance, to the public sector? Because if you go to the public sector and say, we want to talk to you about gift cards, that's going to mean nothing to a politician or someone in education or in healthcare. But if you say, we want to make sure your patients attend doctor's appointments and take their medication, that's different. That's not a gift. It is sort of a gift card, but they're not merchants. They're healthcare professionals and they're teachers.
I think here there are two things in this what you are saying. So there are companies which are existing because of gift cards, because of the margin they get on the gift cards, and there are companies which are offering the whole range of services. So they are not so much into the gift card business, but in the whole solution business, and the margins will not, or the gross profit doesn't come necessarily from the gift card. It comes from other services that they are offering. This is why I'm saying that for us, the main market is the private one, because we are trying to build solutions for our clients. And the gift card is just an instrument in order to make like redeemable points, in order to get a physical reward based on that gift card. But at the end, for Create Direct, we are doing and we are selling to the clients a lot of ideas and, let's say, consultancy, but it's not like an invoice line with consultancy, because as I told you, nobody wants to pay for it. But we are giving them a lot of ideas in order to implement us. Yeah.
But just on that, you see, this is the interesting thing. And I apologize. I am an outsider. Okay. So I'm not an expert. I know nothing about this, but I have to stop you there because I agree. I'm sure you know your business, but who will pay for consultancy? let me answer my own question. The public sector. They spend a lot of money on consultancy. And this is my whole point. The IMA talk about gift cards, and they don't like talking about consultancy because they think the clients aren't going to pay. But the government pays vast sums for consultancy. Let me give you an example that I'm just thinking about now. Every country has a problem with alcoholics, doesn't it? So why can't the IMA members go to government and say, we are going to create an incentive system for people with alcoholism that need to measure their alcohol blood content every day in order to get a reward. These things cannot be done at pharmacies. They cannot be done by doctors' surgeries, which are too busy and very, very expensive. But it's very important for society to help alcoholics. It's also very important for people to take medication. So if say your delivery service could send out medication in association with a pharmacy company and could then record whether people take their medication every day and then get rewarded for doing that. So they photograph that they're taking the medication, or they take something to do with healthcare and delivery. They can then provide important information back to government about healthcare or about education. So this is the issue, isn't it, for getting into government, that they're not going to pay a lot of money for gift cards because that's not their culture, but they will buy consultancy in association with educational authorities, with pharmaceutical authorities, with healthcare. What could you do with doctors? I don't know. Someone needs to pay for that consultancy, but the savings for government in helping people manage their diabetes or their alcoholism are going to be very, very large. Now, these people are very poor. Most alcoholics, a lot of alcoholics don't have much money, and they're committing a lot of crime as well to get money. So if you can give them a card which enables them to buy food, enables them to buy mobile minutes, and motivates them to do something that they need to do, like take exercise. There's a whole range of things to do with diabetes in the Western world, which are about exercise. So developing a reward system for turning up to an exercise group, which then gets you money for bus travel or for telephony, has got to be something that the government needs to hear about. And you've got the technology to do that. So what are your thoughts about what I'm saying?
It's something that needs to be proposed. I mean, there are EU projects, EU funds that can be assessed in order to do that. I think this could be a starting point for it. So you as, or not you, Henry, but us as entities to get some funds, EU funds, in order to build such programs. And then the politicians and everybody would know about us doing such stuff, such things. So then they can propose by themselves new programs where they can enroll you in order to manage these kind of programs. But it should be a starting point. And maybe, yes, maybe you're right. The idea is very good, the one that you said. But I think the entry point is these funds to access and to try to roll them out.
But can't you go to the pharmaceutical companies in Germany now, to Bayer and the other big companies, and say, look, we've got this reward system, and you should be paying us to help you deliver your medicines in a more manageable and measurable manner. And then you guys sell the system into government because they've already got the connections to government.
I think this is very much depending of each country's laws they have. Because, for example, in Romania, you are not allowed to do any incentive campaigns toward the pharmacies. So there were some programs, some campaigns some years ago where the pharmacies were incentivizing of selling different kind of medicines to the people. So they stop it. So now they are not allowed to do any kind of campaigns.
But I'm not talking about selling medicine. I'm talking about taking your medication. If you're psychotic, for instance, or you're an alcoholic, that's a different thing, isn't it? They've already been prescribed. It's for the patient that needs help in managing their condition. And those people are the most expensive people to society because they end up in prison, they end up in the court system, they end up in hospital.
Mhm. Well, it's open discussion here. As I told you, it can be. One thing is that you don't know if the people will honestly get their medications, if you are saying so. So basically, if they are on this kind of type of people, let's say, like alcoholics and so on, maybe we'll just benefit of the reward that you are offering, and they will not. I mean, you don't have you don't know for sure that they are using correctly this system. Maybe they are tricking you up and just get the reward and doesn't care about the medication. Because at the end, okay, they get a subscription from the medical services, then that means that they have to go to the pharmacy in order to buy the medicines. So basically, that should be the moment when you should give the reward to them, right?
Well,
Like you
not,
give the
not, not
reward.
necessarily, because you're absolutely right. You've got to measure it. And there'll be some that it doesn't work on, and there'll be some that it does. But what I'm not trying to say, look, I'm some sort of genius in persuading alcoholics how to take the medication. I don't know. But it may be they have to turn up to a self-help class, Alcoholics Anonymous. It may not be the medication exactly, but the medication companies will be much more credible to government if they say it isn't just about giving them medication, it's also about persuading them to attend Alcoholics Anonymous. And so if you buy from us, you're buying consultancy from us about how to solve alcoholism, not how to sell drugs. And you guys are rewarding that good behavior. A lot of these illnesses are lifestyle illnesses. 90% of cardiac illnesses are based on too much smoking, too much drink. And it just seems to me that there's a fantastic opportunity to talk to public sector about health outcomes, about these vast costs that all these Western and Central European countries are facing. And maybe you could help the pharmaceutical companies that may not have what you have. And so they can't actually incentivize behavior to be much more valuable because they're actually solving those healthcare problems, which are often lifestyle driven.
I think there are a lot of possibilities and a lot of possibilities in this sector. But also, we have to be very aware that it is a very controlled sector because there are public money in there. So also the investment for a company in order to go to this sector, it's quite high. But once you are there, I think you can do a lot of stuff in there because at least in Romania, this kind of rewards in the public sector is not done. I mean, it's a free space that we can go into and to try to push ideas and of course to get some income out of it.
But what I'm suggesting is that you don't have the credibility, nothing against your company, but you've got a good sized company, but you don't have the experience, that's the better word, you don't have the experience in government. But these big international drug companies do have the experience in government, but they don't have what you've got. So isn't the path to persuade the pharmaceutical companies who have unlimited investment funds that you can help them achieve health outcomes or educational outcomes? Or managing elderly people outcomes through rewards.
Yeah, got it. So we need a client for it.
Well, go and talk. I mean, what about buyer? I mean, you've got you're down the road from the biggest companies in the world who deal with healthcare, but they don't really provide a healthcare solution because they're very limited. They provide a pharmaceutical product, but they don't provide a healthcare solution. Whereas you provide reward management, which should be a major part of healthcare solutions.
Yes, it's something that we should look into it in the next years.
Well, you're going to get to 60% of your business being public sector, so you have to have something.
5 years from now.
Yeah,
but 5 years from now could go there. But
you're not going to be selling into government yourself because they don't want to have extra suppliers. You'll have to team up with other people. And so it's either going to be pharmaceutical companies or it's going to be defense. It's not going to be defense. I'm sorry, I'm talking nonsense. I mean, I hope it isn't. God knows what's going to happen. But there are other big companies that sell transportation companies. There's other companies that sell a lot to government, and I haven't really thought about it. But surely, isn't there an opportunity for IMA members who are all looking or thinking about the public sector, because the private sector gift card market is getting quite mature. There's a lot of commoditization, and yet there's low penetration at the moment into the public sector. But it's going to take teamwork between IMA members and the big suppliers to government now. Is that a fair point?
It is a fair point. In Eastern Europe, this is not very common, let's say. So we are not there yet. Maybe in Western part, in Western Europe, it's something which it's already there. So I know a company in the Netherlands, which has a lot of public sector projects with the gift cards. Romania is not there yet. It will be in the next years. We are, as I told you, we are following the trend. Although we are following the trend from the private area point of view, maybe the public sector area will be a little bit lazy in this, but it will come for sure.
Are IMA members selling their services effectively to big companies who might need reward solutions?
Well, you know that is never enough, the thing that everybody is doing. All the time it is space for doing more and more and more. Yeah. About your question, I don't think it's never enough. I mean, all the time you can propose new things to the clients and do. In terms of IMA members, I think, at least from our side, we are trying to connect to all the members. We are trying to learn more from the members, and even with some of them, we are maybe competitors in some markets. We are also suppliers one to each other, and we are also friends, which is, I think, is a very important part of this IMA group.
I hate the words gift cards, because I think that's just so limiting, and it's not helpful. I think it's much more.
This is why you have to do. This is why you have to do more services.
I think so. I think you need to value your own services a lot more. You need to say, we are about human engagement and rewards, and the rewards are just what we do, but the results, we know how to help you get the results of building that loyalty. And the reason people value old companies is because they think that if a company has been in business for 100 years, people are very loyal to that company. Now, if you can generate that loyalty for a company that's been in business for 5 years, that's a very, very valuable service. And so calling it a gift card just kills that, because you're building loyalty. And I think that's just a very interesting business to be in, if it is sincere, if you really try to help the client by saying, well, what's the most our company could do for you? How are there 5 different ways of helping you now that we have that client relationship with you? But maybe that's something that'll happen over a long time. And I know gift cards do that to some extent. What are you doing in financial services?
Well, mainly it is this kind of payment. I mean, we build our own payment application in order to manage the multi-currency and multi-country payments. So basically, all the platforms that we are doing for the customers, even if they are B2B or B2C, they are all connected to this payment platform. It's called Create Payments, which is connected to several banks. So for now, we are just pushing the money in the IBAN account of the users or of the companies. But in the future, we are trying to integrate more fintechs in here. So not just pay towards the IBAN account, to the bank account, but also to pay in other like peer-to-peer payments, to pay in other wallets of the user. It depends on the much of the clients and the type of the client, and also the country of the clients, because what's in Spain is different than what's in Romania, so or what's in Portugal. So we are trying to connect to all the local payment suppliers.
Can you tell us something about the attitude of the big traditional banks to the reward space?
Well, complicated. This is the main. I think this is the main word. Is complicated. I mean, for us, for example, in Romania, but also we face this in other countries. I think they are not there yet, not there yet. So the fintechs, you can connect with them, and they are more feasible to try to connect to, and they are more open to ideas, but they are not banks yet, some of them. So they are not so trustful to be used. If you go to big corporation, to big banks, it is the other one. I mean, it's the other side of the story. They are very trustful, but they are very hard in moving forward.
How do you think IMA members can sell more effectively to traditional banks? Is it about teamwork? Is it about partnership with other companies that already have relationships with the big banks?
I think maybe IMA can help open some doors in here. Not locally, but internationally. I mean, just to put together what we can do for the banks, to make like a task group, and with the IMA help to open some doors to big international banks in order to push our services in there. Because once you're there, of course, you can manage, for example, their loyalty campaigns. They are, and a lot of others. I mean, not just loyalty campaigns, but also for the cashback payments. You can connect directly to their APIs in order to be payments sent faster.
I just reacted probably inappropriately to you saying that task group, because of course it's a big opportunity, but it's a big cost as well. I don't know. Sorry, let me just think about this. So how would an IMA task group work?
How it would work? Well, first we have to see what they should do, which is the objective of this task force. And then I see it like teams, like, I don't know, partnership between 3, 4, 5 companies. Try to make a program and try to like banks, as you say. And then with the IMA help, with the people which are very well connected in IMA, to try to go to these headquarters of the banks and try to see how we can help the banks in order to move forward in the new era of digitalization.
So that would be an IMA level team that goes saying, look, we are the IMA, these are the kinds of things that could be done. We want to have a basic discussion about what you're doing, and then maybe distribute that information to other IMA members as a service.
Yes, it's just an idea. It's just like my first idea that came into my mind.
Yeah,
but it could be a start. I mean, if we team up and we go to big brands, I think we have much more to learn, to win, sorry, of it.
right.
Because we have all the expertise in the world in this community. I mean,
well,
everybody, yeah.
As an outsider, that's exactly what I think, that there is all this expertise and people are working away in their own little gold mine, and they haven't become De Beers. They haven't put them all together and said, we're actually a very powerful group of suppliers, and we demand respect. We demand respect because we know how to motivate behavior. We know how to incentivize savings. We can introduce some sort of investment in equities or in bonds with some sort of reward program around taking the first step into taking a small risk in the equity market, because there's no reward initially in investing in equities and you can lose some money. So if someone wants you to invest in equities, they should incentivize you with a win to take that first psychological step. Now, the rewards of doing that are very significant for the end user if they save regularly, because the stock market, particularly in America, has a 100% record of generating wealth over a lifetime. So how do we incentivize people to save for their babies into an equities savings scheme and to save 10 euros a month forever for their baby? Because that's a good thing.
Well, it was very good saying that, and I think it's a very good question. It's something that we have to think about it and to see how can we build this as a win-win for us and also for the brands.
Well, the good thing about my life is that all I have to do is ask the questions. I don't have to provide any solutions. You should try it. It's good fun. Well, Cosmin Lacatuso of Create Direct, it's been a real pleasure talking to you. Very exciting times, so much opportunity for everyone and for society to benefit. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Henry, for having me here. And it was also a pleasure for me to talk to you about what we are doing and how can we take IMA on the next level.